What's up, Laker family? It's your boy DTLF back with another post-game recap as the Lakers put up a stinker, man, and lose 122 to 102 versus the Atlanta Hawks. And just like I said pregame, this is probably going to be a trap game. Some of the most dangerous games to play are the ones where you can't really game plan for the opposition because all of their stars and most of their rotation pieces are out. And that's what happened tonight, man. The Lakers came out lazy. But by the way, first quarter, I knew the game was over in my head. I didn't say it out loud because I was hoping for different. But when we trailed 37 to 29, I could see the energy just wasn't there, even though we made a little run. At one point, just the energy wasn't there, man. And they looked like they went to Magic City last night or the last two nights. And I really don't understand why teams fly in 2 days early when the game is 2 days later, right? Like that doesn't make sense. There's a lot of room for distractions and when they could just be at home with their families, resting and relaxing. I just don't get it. But hey, I'm not a coach. They are, and they decided to fly in early, and I think we paid for it. Honestly, there's some awesome places to visit in Atlanta, and I'm sure they was out. And it looked that way, man. Even Luca didn't have it going tonight, man. Luca was bad. I mean, statistically, he was okay, but overall, he was bad, man. He ended up with 22 points, 11 assists, and a steal, but he was 7 for 17 from the field, and he had 5 turnovers. Okay, 5 turnovers is never good. That's basically for every 2 assists, he had a turnover, so that's not good. All right, Marcus Smart was not good either. He was bad. Only 5 points for him. The defense just wasn't on par. DeAndre Ayton wasn't good today. Only 11 points. They didn't play much of the second half. However, LaRabia was getting cooked defensively. And Roy Hachimura, they were all very mid. Off the bench, everybody was mid too. Forget about the stats. Throw the stats out of the door. It was just not a good game. And meanwhile, they had well-rounded scoring. They were pushing the pace. They did what they had to do. And overall, they just destroyed us, man. They basically, this was a 20-point game, but they could have easily blown us out by 30 the way the energy we brought tonight. We shot from beyond the arc, we shot okay. We shot 40%. They shot 41. From overall, it was more so for me, it was the turnovers. We had 20. We were super sloppy and lethargic. And that is what leads to losing. I mean, we saw even when your leader Luca is out here turning the ball over, they had 13 steals on us. They had 37 assists to our 23, so they ran circles around us. Fast break points 22-8. They won all the major categories. 62 points in the paint is 46. It was just all bad. We really could have used Austin Reeves' production tonight, but it was just an ugly game. And sometimes it's a long season. I'm not going to make excuses for this team. And it is what it is. Ash said, you thought it might happen before the game started. We rarely took advantage of these types of games last season. Yeah, man, to me, believe it or not, the most dangerous games in the NBA are the ones where hungry play. And by the way, they were coming off a back-to-back. We're coming off a 2 days rest, so there's no excuse for this loss. But every team in the NBA is going to have hungry players, and their hungry players just outworked ours. And we had a target on our back because we're coming in from a 5-game win streak, and we're 4-0 on the road before this game. And so they do their research, and they know, okay, we got to bring our A game. And the Lakers did not. Lakers came out here thinking that team was going to roll over and it was going to be easy dub. No dub is an easy dub, man. No dub is an easy dub. And again, trap games are a real thing, man. That I don't even know the guy's name who dropped 21 points for them. Gee or something like that. Like that dude he was getting buckets. He was almost perfect from the field, 8 for 12. He outplayed our main superstar. So when that happens, you're not going to win that game. 9 times out of 10, you're going to lose that game, right? But nobody really played up to par, man. And meanwhile, they had guys like that Gee guy. I told Mohamed Gee, shout out to him. He had 21 points, 8 for 12. Zachary Rizichet, last year's first overall pick, had 19 and 4. Everybody in their star lineup was in double digits. And then they had Asa Newell coming in off the bench with 17. And then that, again, a bunch of players I never heard of. Creed, I don't even know how to say his name. This guy right here, Vit Krigi. He had 17 points. I can't even say his name. So, again, the team was just, this team was tripping from the get, man. You could tell they was hanging out with the strippers the night before, right? They was out there eating wings in Magic City and all of that. And even Luca looked lazy. Today, Luca looked like last year's Luca, like the Luca that the Mavericks traded, right? Like the slow, took plays off, turned it over, didn't even run back. He gave up halfway through. That third quarter was the worst. We had another horrible third quarter, and that is really where we lost the game. But in reality, we were never really in the game. But that third quarter, we only scored 18 points. We gave up 30. That first quarter, we gave up 37, guys. Ironically, our best defensive quarter was the fourth quarter when the game was already out of reach, where we only gave up 24. But remember, defense is everything for us. In the last couple games, we were doing some good. We had some good defense, and this one we did it, man. Yeah, we were literally the Magic City Lakers, and that's unfortunate. That right there is a recipe for disaster. That's how you lose games right there, man. And honestly, there isn't much really to dissect, man. This might be one of my shortest post games just because, yeah, well, what else are we going to say? We sucked. We stunk it up, man. Unless you guys got anything to say or any questions or you guys want to chime in. Let's see. Dude said Atlanta were pretty tall with long arms. We're not really, man. We were just, let's be honest. They were missing Kristaps Porzingis. They're a lot lankier. They were missing Trae Young, the guy that killed us last year with a dagger. They were missing hella players, and we just laid up a stinker, man. When, like I said, when your superstar shows up and that is what he does, you're not going to win very many games, man. And that's what happened tonight. We didn't win, and we were never really in there. We were, like Craig said, we were sleepwalking, man, and all of that. And of course, we're going to have the trolls coming out tonight. He said, trade LeBron, Luca has it. What? One bad game and you're already talking crazy? Now you're showing your true colors. You're a LeBron fanboy, right? Yeah, your last name is James, so definitely. Look, man, Luca had a bad game. LeBron will have a bad game. Everybody has bad games. And in the NBA season, you're going to throw up stinkers. The entire team didn't show up, right? But this has nothing to do with LeBron versus Luca. You guys are always trying to pit that narrative against each other. They're teammates until further notice, man. There's really nothing to say about that. For those of you trying to, shame on anybody that's trying to separate the chemistry, man. There's been people here saying that, oh, the team should trade LeBron James. And I say, what do I say to them? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? We're about to, when we get him back, he's going to be like the cherry on top of the cake. It is really annoying to me because people are always trying to create separation. If you're a Laker fan, you're rooting for everybody on the Lakers, right? Whether it's Luka, whether it's LeBron, whether it's Austin, everybody. It don't matter if you like them or not, right? That's the bottom line. That was a G League game. That was really bad, compa. That was a really bad game. All right. But I'm not surprised because throughout history, even some of the best teams, they're known to throw up stinkers like that, man. And sometimes it is the traveling. It is the fact that you're in Atlanta and there's things to see, exotic places to go. And, they were looking like the Spider-Man movie. Like they shot out their webs at the half. Like they didn't have no energy, man. It's all bad. He's a horrible loss. Shake my head. The effort was horrid. It was. And there was really nobody I could point to and say, okay, at least that guy played good. No, nobody played good. Throw the stat sheet out, flush it down the toilet, and start it all over again, man. Lakers need everybody on the roster, man. There's no one player that's more important than the other. We need every player on the roster right now. That's what we need, period, right? Benaya, trust me, I'm pretty sure they were. Did you see that lack of energy? The energy that this team that got us the 7 wins this season wasn't there. So they clearly went out somewhere, right? And everybody knows that famous strip club with the great wings, right? Everybody knows. So for sure. And then they had 2 days of rest and they spent both days in Atlanta. You guys think they spent all their time in the hotel? No. You're going to go out, you're going to bond with the team, and that's the one place to bond, I guess, He said, don't go for the bait. Dan, one bad game from everyone, and they're going to come out of the woodwork. Yeah, the haters are always going to say crazy stuff about certain players, man. It doesn't matter to me. We know we have a good team. We're still 7-3. That's a very good record, especially considering all of the injuries and stuff, right? That's a very good record, man. I'm disappointed we lost in the fashion we did, but I'm not surprised because, again, it's a long season. There's 82-game season. There's going to be games like these. It just is, right? And when that happens, we can't overreact to it. It would have been nice if we took care of business because we still got 4 games on the road trip and we lost 1. Realistically, though, I had us winning. I told my brother how many. He said, "You think we're gonna win?" I said, "About 3 out of the 5." He said, "I'm thinking the same thing." So we just got to win 3 of the final 4 games, and we can do it. But we got to come together. Obviously, after a game like this, they're gonna talk it out. They're gonna have plenty of film to show in the film room, and they're gonna be able to nitpick certain things that they can improve on. And stuff like that. So again, not mad at it. Disappointed, sure. Mad, not really. We've been winning a lot of games that I thought we were going to lose on the road, right? Matter of fact, the Spurs game could have went either way. I'm glad it went our way. So this is one of those where you just lose, man. And it is what it is. He said, Luka needs LeBron to win now. If we trade him, it's going to take a while to win. They need each other, man, because neither of those 2 players can win by themselves, right? Luka proved he couldn't win by himself in Dallas, even though he had Kyrie. Just wasn't enough. right? And LeBron proves he couldn't win by himself every year, like first 7 years in Cleveland. It's normal. Nobody is this a team sport. And this is why player fans are so toxic to the sport, is because they always try to pit us fans against each other. Oh, this player is better than this one. Oh, this player. Oh, Luca can't win without LeBron. Oh, LeBron can't win without Luca. It doesn't matter. It's a team sport. We need a fully healthy roster to give us the best chance to win. And even together, they might still not win it. So we need everybody, all hands on deck. And I just want to put that whole player fan narrative to sleep, right? No, like both players are great. They're both spectacular players. Yes, this is now officially Luca's team, but only by default because he's younger and he's in his prime, while LeBron is older and he needs somebody younger in his prime. Simple, right? It's not an ego thing. It's not one of those things where it's like, oh, well, but LeBron has championships and Luca doesn't. He's still the leader of the team. In a way, LeBron is still a leader, verbal leader of the team. He doesn't have to be the physical leader. He doesn't have to be the stat leader. He doesn't have to be and some nights he will be the stat leader, right? So this is why I think that whole player fandom war crap is silly, because LeBron's not feeling insecure, right? And neither is Luca. They both want to play with each other to win the title. So why are the fans insecure? You get my point? So, but at the end of the day, look, man, I can't wait till LeBron suits up. I'm not like these fans that are like, oh, I can't wait. LeBron should stay away and this, and that. No, I want the team fully healthy so we can see what we got and we can see what type of trades or moves we need to make before the trade deadline. And that's the bottom line. I think everybody should be watching the games like that. And you should be excited that we actually have a good team this year, right? Just like LeBron is excited and Luca and everybody in between. Again, the reason player narratives don't impact me is because this is a team sport. If it was boxing or MMA or tennis or golf where you can root for individuals, I think that's more so of, that style. But here, the whole team stunk it up tonight, and it was led by Luca tonight. So he has to take the majority of the accountability for sure for tonight's stinker, but he will bounce back, and we're not worried about it. Appreciate you, Kimmy Goats. Let's see. But if you look at the stats again, nobody was really efficient like that. 3 for 9 for Rui. Jake LaRavia probably the most efficient, 4 for 7, but defensively he was getting cooked out there. That's why he's a minus 23. DeAndre Ayton. DeAndre Ayton is your most efficient player on the team, but by default, he's a big man and he plays within his comfort. But again, left a lot to be desired defensively. 0 blocks, only 5 rebounds, lacking a lot. Marcus Smart, this wasn't his best game either. He did have 2 steals. It wasn't his best game either. Only 5 points on 2 for 4 from the field. And then again, Luca, being our leader, he had to come out here and set the tone early. He was being inefficient and he was turning over the ball a lot. That's not going to help your team. So again, it is a team sport. But yes, Luca does take the blame for tonight's game because he's our main leader. I'll say this: Austin was doing a tremendous job of getting guys in their place and getting everybody involved in scoring when he had to and being clutch. So credit to him. He's definitely missed for sure. My guy said, well, we knew this would happen sooner or later. We will bounce back soon. Yeah, we will bounce back for sure, bro. Again, as long as we're 7-4, good. Now, if for whatever reason we go on like a 3-game losing streak, now I'm concerned because everything we're building up, then we would just have lost it. We need to win the next game for sure before we face the Thunder. I think the next game is Charlotte, right, versus the Hornets. That's a game you got to win. And that's a dangerous team too because they got young guns out there who love to get up and down. And just like the young guns tonight, those are some of the more dangerous ones because they're playing reckless. They're not really holding each other accountable. They're not really playing to win. They're playing. And yeah, so that's going to be a tough game for sure. Victor said, I agree with everything you said, Dan. I just don't want Bron traded. I believe what you believe. He might be the missing piece. Thing is, people talk about LeBron, and I get it. People have their own personal bias and agendas, but people talk about LeBron as if LeBron is such a cancer. Look, LeBron, we might not like his antics off the court, but on the court, he's one of the most unselfish. Historically, some of the plays, game winners that he's been involved with, he's been on the passing end of those. So, and like my guy Rob said, Bron can't be traded anyways. He has a no trade clause that only he can waive. So unless he requested it, it's a moot conversation anyways. But like LeBron is the perfect type of player to fit into anything, right? And don't tell me you guys wouldn't have seen a use for LeBron tonight because maybe he would have went off tonight and maybe we would have won tonight, right? So to everybody saying we don't need LeBron, like games like tonight are perfect examples. When one superstar doesn't have it, maybe the other one does. And that's the beauty of having multiples, right? I don't know. I've always been of the mindset that more is more, not less is more. Right, when it comes to star power, you want to have most of it. And I'm actually proud of Austin because he's elevated himself to all-star status. And we know what Luca is. We know what LeBron is career-wise. So people are acting brand new to it. It's almost like people want LeBron to fail because they don't like him. And that's never a good thing. That is when I start questioning if you're a true Laker fan, right? Because if you want LeBron to fail, that means you want the Lakers to fail. And if you want the Lakers to fail, then you're no Laker fan, right? But this was absolutely a trap game right there. 9 lives, 210. This was an absolute trap game. I called it pregame. And, I am not shocked. I'm not surprised. I'm not happy about it, but it happens. It's a long season. Let's see. Damn, he said bounce back. Absolutely. Yeah, we're gonna bounce back. For sure, we're gonna bounce back, man. And like Solo said, man, we knew it would happen eventually. It's too good to be true. Can you imagine if we would have kept the win streak going and then 6 games, 7 games, 8, and then we get to 10 before LeBron comes? That would have been awesome. But we figured somebody would throw a wrench in it and ruin it. And today actually wasn't the Hawks that ruined it. It was the Lakers, because the Hawks showed up, but the Lakers didn't. And hence the scoreboard right there, right? But all in all, guys, the energy from the beginning was off on this team. The energy was off on this team from the beginning, man. Again, we came out 37-29 in the first quarter. We turned the ball over. We were turnover plague. We got 20. What do I say? 15 or less gives us a chance, right, to win. We got 20 tonight, right? Their bench was better than our bench as well, right? The Hawks bench depth overwhelmed our front court and our bench, right? So, again, they had multiple guys in 17 points. We didn't, and then we had horrible defensive lapses. We looked lazy. We looked like we was, again, in Magic City. We started off the game horrible. I mean, from the first possession, you could tell. They turned the ball over, and then, we gave up a wide open score. And I knew we were in trouble. Like, uh-oh. I told my guy CJ, who was co-hosting with me over on Playback, I was like, uh-oh. This is a trap game. And sure enough, we never looked back. So that was pretty bad. I'm starting to think people are scared how lethal we can become when Bron comes back. For sure, the haters are scared, right? But if you're a Laker fan, you should be excited for the possibility. Now, there's always a chance of a letdown, of course, but there's a possibility that we can do really good things. And why wouldn't that get you excited, right? That gets me excited. My guy Day said JJ's postgame conference actually put me in a better mood about the garbage loss. He's going to get on this team's ass. That's one thing I like about him, bro. That is definitely one thing I like about JJ. He has plenty of ammunition to show them over the next couple of weeks, just with this one game. Remember when you did this, Rui, and you didn't get back? Oh, Luca, remember when you turned the ball over and you didn't get back? You're supposed to be the leader? Yep. He's going to be pointing out everything in front of all of them, and it's always embarrassing, I'm sure. Solo said, we always know that there will be bad team that catches us slipping. It happens every season, but this team is different. There will be a different energy next. And for me, it's all about how they respond to this loss, right? The mark of a great team is you get right back up. You don't get knocked out. All right, so we lost. Okay, cool. Turn it on. Come back, have a great game. And everything we're not even going to remember this loss. You come back against the Charlotte Hornets, you have a great game. You go and you compete versus the Thunder, and we'll be happy as Laker fans for sure. What we don't want to see, though, is a repeat offense. We don't want to see a game like this and then come out and lay another egg versus the Charlotte Hornets, because then we're in trouble heading into the Thunder game. I want to build up as much momentum as possible before we face the Oklahoma City Thunder, right? Because that is the defending champions. That is a game everybody marked on their calendar, and we're excited. When you win a championship, you got a target on your back. And I hope that the Lakers put that target on the back of the Oklahoma City Thunder, because that is a great measuring stick. I hope we got Austin for that game as well. I think we will have him, and, et cetera. But we'll see. My guy said, can't wait to see Luca and LeBron together. The assists are going to be insane. Massive duo incoming. And that's just another part of it, man. That's a great point right there, is the fact that guys like Rui, DeAndre Ayton, the role players, Jake LaRavia, whoever's out there, they feast playing with those 3 players together, because they draw so much attention. Any of those players can drive and kick or drive and finish or keep the defense on their toes. So I think it's going to be really exciting, but they have to put it together, obviously, because they're not used to playing together yet. They had half of it or a quarter of a season last year and some of the playoffs to put it together, and they look good in spurts, but they didn't look good consistently. So they still have to get used to each other. Plus, they got to incorporate the new players, guys like DeAndre, Marcus Smart, guys they throw in the rotation. It is going to be an adjustment period. And then LeBron, when he comes back, there's going to be question marks about him. How fresh does he look? Is the sciatica thing going to act up and limit his mobility? Like those are all things we have to tackle as he comes back. It's not just going to be sunshine and rainbows, right? But that learning curve, we're building up a nice little cushion in order for there to be, some room for error, some margin for error there. Because if we don't build up a cushion and win these games without LeBron here, then we have no margin for error. Now LeBron will feel the pressure to right away snap, and it's a lot of pressure, man. As my guy said, I believe the team defense will be even better once Bron is back. That's just the thing. People forgot that LeBron James was our best defender in the playoffs last year. He was blocking shots, jumping the passing lanes, getting out in transitions, doing all kinds of things, right? So it's like LeBron James is still a top 10 player in this league, probably. We don't know, but probably. We got to wait and see, right? Because he hasn't debuted yet. But I think he's still a top 10 player, maybe even a top 7. So people want to write him off and all of that, but I'm telling you, man, I think this could be special. But again, they got to bounce back from the loss like tonight. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't cute. It wasn't even necessary. They could have came out here and not went to the strip club and actually took care of business, and then we would have been 8-2, which is 6 games over 500. Instead, now we're only 4 games over 500, right? At 7-3. So that is a 2. And the worst part is, I think last I checked, I think the Denver Nuggets were winning, and so these are teams in the West that are trying to stay as close as possible to make their run, right? To make their run into the postseason. So we want to create a little bit of distance when we can. And, that didn't happen. I think the Spurs won as well. So those are teams that are right there. They're going to be leapfrogging us, and we're going to be leapfrogging them, jockeying for position. But it's still early. We're not even in December yet. The real hoops, the real basketball, when we officially have our identity, is around late December, early January. That's when you really see what you have as a team unit. So that's what I'm looking forward to, and that's what we're going to hopefully do. My guy Isaiah Porter says, we have to bounce back on Monday against the Hornets. Dan and LeBron coming soon. Help Luca and Austin and DeAndre Ayton. And that's another thing, man. I told you guys, everybody was happy with what Austin was doing. I said, I just hope he doesn't get injured because he's overexerting himself. He's putting a lot of mileage on his body. The good thing about having 3 players is that they could take turns, man. One night, one has 30. The next night, the other one has 40. The next night, 2 of them combine for 60. And the night after that, they might go for 100 between all 3 combined. You just never know. It is a luxury to have, to know that you don't have to put all the pressure on Luca or on Austin or on Luca and Austin, knowing that LeBron is coming back. That's another positive aspect of things. But again, remember, guys, it's not going to be sunshine and rainbows. There's going to be a learning curve. There is new players that have to be incorporated, a new rotation pieces, a new starting lineup, a new bench, bunch of question marks. But for me, it's all content. It's all exciting because I'm going to have plenty of content to talk to you guys about, to break down with you guys, and for around the league and NBA coast to coast and all of that. So, I'm a hoop head, and this is where I get in the trenches and I really break down the X's and O's of, what's going to factor into this team getting better, hopefully, relatively sooner rather than quicker, right? But it's again, the potential's there, and you don't want to talk about potential after a loss. Again, the Lakers did lose to the Atlanta Hawks, who are now 5-5 after this game, 122-102. But again, this is out of our characteristic. This isn't who we are, and we just got to bounce back. As simple as that. All right. Any more comments, questions, or concerns? Otherwise, that will wrap it up for me. But really quick, I want to say thank you, man, to my sponsorship, Underdog, man. They are phenomenal to keep the lights on. Thank you to Kimiko and everybody here who supports the channel, man. Hit that like button for your boy. Even in losses, man, I do appreciate the likes. Appreciate you guys. We definitely don't like the loss, right? But we definitely do like the content, and so do appreciate that. So if anybody has anything else they want to get off their chest before we get off, man, this is a safe space. This is the place to do it, man. Let's see. Ren said no fight back from us, Dan. No, absolutely no fight back, man. Look, man. This is one of those games where you just kind of have to. I'm sure JJ will use it as ammunition, but you kind of have to throw it away and forget about it. You can't really linger too much on it because it's an anomaly. This is not a good Hawks team, and this is a good Laker team. And tonight, the roles were reversed. It happens, right? It's a part of the game. It's not every night can you really truly stay in character per se. Sometimes you're going to be out of character. Tyrone said, "Man, I hate losing to bad teams when they're starting trolling on social media." Ignore it, man. This is their championship. Look, understand this. I feel sorry for them. If you're celebrating one win when you're 5-5, and you got bigger issues on your hand. This is your championship, your parade. You can do the swag surf, all that cool stuff. Lakers not going to get rattled because we got a bigger goal than one game, right? A much bigger goal, and that is a championship at the end of the year for sure. I think they lost because I couldn't watch the game. Oh, man, that's funny. You are funny. My boy Vic, he said, Dan, have you seen the Predator movie? I have. I have seen it, man. I saw it when it dropped on Thursday night at the Cinemark theaters, and they had this new, like, I forgot what it's called, like Screen X or something, when they have like 3 screens and like immerses you into the movie. Pretty damn good movie, bro. I love that movie. If you guys want a rating from me, I haven't had a chance to do a review, so I'll just give it to you off the top. I'll probably give it a 9.5 out of 10. And I'll say a couple things about the Predator movie really quick. It's not what you expect, usually. It's not what you expect. It is an action adventure movie, which you would never expect from a Predator movie. You usually get a lot of gore, a lot of killing. It's basically the Predators are usually the bad guys. You really get to see it from the aspect of this character. And and he's a predator. So it's pretty freaking cool that we get to see his origins and try to see how he tries to gain his cloak. Everybody knows the cloak makes him go invisible. It's one of their signature tools that they have. So it was so badass, man. I can't even lie. 9.5, and I'm a harsh critic, but this and I was disappointed when the movie came out because it was PG-13. I was like, it's just gonna be trash. It's not gonna show anything. They found a loophole around it, and the loophole was it didn't have any humans in the movie. It's mainly creatures and droids. So, but it was badass, man. I'm telling you, it was worth every penny. Very excited. I recommend it to anybody who likes action adventure and who likes Predator, but just don't expect the same thing as your regular Predator movies, right? Where they're out here just preying on the weak. Nah. This was different, man. And it was a lot of fun. I had a blast. My girl loved it too. Great movie. 9.5 out of 10. Let's see. My guy said, I just saw the new Predator movie today. Loved it. Man. Tell me about it. What would you rate it, Jason? Am I going too high on 9.5? I think that's right. Yeah, unexpected, but unexpectedly good in a way, So definitely recommend it, Vic. You'll have a lot of fun, bro. The character building is good in that movie for sure. The character building is it really, the chick character was awesome. There's a couple other characters they introduced there that were pretty damn cool, man. So yeah, definitely go watch it. And hey, we got a power chat today on a loss. Okay, appreciate you, fam.
You don't know the power of the super chat. Grateful the Empire is to your contributions. Together we shall crush the rebel scum once and for all. Thank you.
My guy, man, follow live. Good to see you, bro. How you been? He said, respect, Dan, working hard. It can only get better and better. He said, thanks for the content. Enjoy the season. Go Lakers. It will get better and better, guys. Trust. And, man, I appreciate your full life. Thanks for the super chat. Even in the L, you guys are feeling generous, man. I love it. But, yeah, man, look, man, it's early in the season. The Lakers are still learning certain things, right? And one thing they got to learn is not to take anybody for granted. They have to have a killer mindset. Tonight, our leader let us down, but this is the first time that he has let us down this season. So that's okay. Everybody is entitled to a bad game. I'd be a lot less calm if it was later in the season and this game had any sort of meaning to it, meaning in the standings, right? Right now, everybody's just jockeying for position. So it doesn't mean too much for now. But all we're doing right now is just buying time for our stars to get healthy. And then when they come back, those games are going to mean a lot more for sure. But follow live. Thank you so much for the power chat, man. That is going to wrap it up for me, guys. I know it's a little bit of a shorter post game, but there isn't too much to break down. I mean, we lost. We didn't bring the energy. Credit to the Hawks for pouncing on us, and that's pretty much it, man. And on to the next one, which is Monday night. So I'll see you guys here for pregame earlier, guys. And Kimmy Goat, you're the GOAT. Appreciate you, Kimmy Goat. And have a great rest of your night, guys. It is Saturday. It feels like a Sunday, doesn't it? I thought it was a Sunday. I was about to say Sunday night, right? But it is what it is, man. All right, guys. Enjoy it.